Hello, hello everyone. Great. So we are live, and let's wait for a couple of minutes. Until then, maybe we can start with our introductions, and I hope people will join until then. So, Bart, can you go ahead with your introduction? I know you are very well known, but let's go ahead with the introductions.
Good. Well, first of all, very nice to be here. Thanks so much for having me. And in terms of my intro, where do I start? Because I've known Kewalia now for quite some time. But yeah, my name is Bart. I'm from the United States originally, but I've been living in Spain for the last 12 years. And I got involved in the cloud native ecosystem 3 years ago. And just as a background on that, I come from a non-technical background. I'm always say this that I've never written a line of code in my life, but very happily involved in the cloud native ecosystem. I got to know Kewalia because of the Data on Kubernetes community, where he was an intern in our first group of interns 2 years ago. And it's interesting that we'll be talking later on today about possibilities for internships. It's also how I got to know Anushka, and it's also how I got to know Women in Cloud Native. So yeah, that's sort of my background. I'm a content creator. I do a lot of podcasts, a lot of live streams, different events, and I also like to make creative videos when I have the time to do so. And I also really just like being around people like the ones that are in this call right now, because of the energy, because of the creativity, because of the willingness to pay it forward. Those are all the things that I live for, and today is no exception. So I hope that's a good enough introduction, but happy to add more details if necessary later on.
That was amazing, and I hope we will get a lot more questions to explore each other's background. So that was great. Anushka, would you like to introduce yourself?
Um, hi everyone. I am Anushka Saxena. I'm currently pursuing my degree in engineering, and my major is information technology. So I study in a state university here in India, in Madhya Pradesh, and I'm into community since last year. Got to know Bart, Nancy from communities, and yeah, I'm all about communities and happy to talk more about it soon.
That's great. That's great. Great. Welcome here. Amoga, would you like to go ahead with the introduction?
Yes, hi. I am Amoga. I think all of you seeing me for the first time. So I'm a recent graduate. I am a recent graduate from Srinidhi University in Hyderabad. So I've just recently graduated 2 months back. But I've been learning AWS, the cloud, and I've been working on the cloud projects for quite some time. And recently cleared my AWS certification as well, cloud practitioner. So yeah, that's about it. And I've got to know about Nancy as well recently through a friend of mine. Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
That's great. Great. Nancy, your introductions, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Bart, for inviting me. So I'm Nancy, and I know so many people here. I'm so excited for this live stream, and I'm really, I just want to say that it's a great work. So keep doing it. So a little bit about me. I'm an engineer at Local Stack. I'm also a CNCF ambassador, and I'm the founder of Women in Cloud Native Community. So yeah, that's about me, and I really love open source and whatever we are going to do today. It's really amazing, and I just want to say that my journey changed a lot by because of open source, like the soft skills, the coding skills, relationships. I know Bart, I know Anushka, Mogya, so many people in the call. So all things changed because of open source and contributions and different programs. So yeah, it's a great opportunity, and yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
Great. Great. And Bilal had joined us as well. Bilal, hello. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Building the suspense. Come on, Bilal, show yourself.
Yeah. Great. And like until we get Bilal back on call, maybe I will introduce myself. Hello everyone, I am Kaile Koparkar and I'm CNCF ambassador. I like to work around open source, cloud native and DevRel ecosystems, and super happy to be here in a call with so many amazing people doing so many great things. And today we are going to discuss such a great event and initiative that Soda Foundation is coming up with. We will discuss that along with it. So yeah, that I am Kavile Koparkar again, and you can find the social links. I will add everyone's social links in description, so you can follow them and follow their great work they are doing. Great. So I think we should get started with the event. I think people are seeing that we are live right now, and they are joining us, so that's great. uh, Great. So let's go ahead with the first thing. Maybe Bart, would you like to introduce us to what is Soda Foundation, maybe, and what is this data vision all about to get started with it? Yeah.
Good question. With that being said, I will give my definition, but I would also like Anushka to share hers. And Bilal can also participate as well because they've been
Yeah.
working very, very hard the last few weeks getting this all together. The Soda Foundation is part of the Linux Foundation, just like people might know that the CNCF is also part of the Linux Foundation. And so the Soda Foundation was created in 2020 to respond to the specific needs in terms of data management for cloud native companies, right? So predominantly driven by end users, large end users that you're all familiar with, like Huawei or Hitachi or Toyota, that were essentially having challenges when it came to the amount of data they were managing. Think about it this way. And if you're Toyota and if you're making cars that increasingly have more and more autonomy, the amount of data that those cars are generating, right, is immense. If we think about autonomous cars, if we think about anything that has a lot of sensors on it, it's going to be generating a lot of data. Where is that data going to be stored? How can it be analyzed? How can it be optimized? I'm sure Amoga actually has a lot to say about this topic too, because she recently created a really cool blog post about it. But the Soda Foundation was created in order to bring those concepts and companies together through open source, right? A lot of these companies didn't want to be stuck with one vendor. It's one of the major advantages in cloud native that's spoken about a lot is avoiding vendor lock-in, and open source provides that opportunity. So companies solving common challenges, building in public in order to make it just one step easier to handle the massive amounts of data that are being generated nowadays. That being said, I will stop my explanation there, and I would like to invite Anushka, if there what I've missed, what I haven't covered in terms of what your experience with Soda Foundation has been.
Thank you, Bart. So I have recently joined the Soda community, and I must say that as a beginner, I found it really welcoming. Everyone here is so friendly, like they're always ready to help you out there with anything, any tech you want to get started with. Just head on to the Slack channel and introduce yourself and show your intent that you want to contribute to the community. That okay, I have this to offer and that I bring this to the table, and yeah, I look forward to learn. And all the people here will show you how you can be a part of their projects, how you can contribute, how you can find good first issues to start your contributions with, and also with about the student challenge that we're running. So we have a report, a soda data report for the past year. It has so many amazing insights about data that I have also found very interesting to know for the first time. So I would like you all to please explore that report and get insights from it. What you find interesting? How would you like to share it with the world? How would you like to share your learnings? Just be creative and go for it. So
Very, very well said, Anushka. And related to that, for folks that are out there that might be hearing about these things for the first time, don't worry. The main thing is don't be in a hurry, all right? Take your time, enjoy the process, ask questions. There are resources, there's documentation, like Anushka said, for first-time contributors. Bilal, if your microphone is working, perhaps you would like to talk about your experience. Bilal's been creating content about the different contributions he's been doing in the Soda Foundation. There's an entire guide on how to get started. Like most good open source projects, there's good documentation, right? And so if you look at the documentation and if you look for, good first issues, you will find them. And if you don't, you can ask for help saying, hey, what are some good first issues? Where should I start? All right. It's pretty easy. In Soda Foundation, there's a starter guide. on GitHub. We can share that. Like I said, if you get in the Soda Foundation Slack, you'll be able to find that quite easily. As Anushka mentioned as well, there was a report, and that's part of the students challenge that we're doing right now. I will share the link in here, although sometimes YouTube gets a little bit tricky with links. But like I said, that you can take a look at a little bit more in detail, and we'll be following up with these things later on. But I think it's a very, very good start. And I think, as Anushka said, the main point here is, remember, you don't have to be an expert. All right, no one's expecting you to know everything in 5 seconds. Just take your time, enjoy the process, and ask questions. All right, by asking questions is a way to contribute. It's one of the easiest ways to contribute, because you help people improve their knowledge, you help them become teachers as well as learners. So the main thing is, don't be shy, and like I said, just enjoy the process. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. That was really great introduction to Soda Foundation, and I hope people watching this get involved with Soda Foundation and its projects and its initiatives. And we will be speaking of one such initiative moving forward. So that's great. We have, like, Nancy is here, so why don't we go ahead and hear about women in cloud native? That has been a really great initiative, and I really like the work that has been going around women in cloud native. So would you like to share about women in cloud native?
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Women Cloud Native, I mean, I met Anushka and Amoga from there itself. So, it's a community, and we made it for because we know that the presence of women is less in tech, and that's one of the reason that we created this, so that people can get more connected to each other. And I think we are doing a great job in it, because that's how I met Anushka, Amoga, and even Bart, so many people. So we do a lot of workshops, and we do a lot of coffee chats. That's the best part, which I love, because I get to know about people, I get to learn a lot about people. And yeah, thank you for sharing the links in the comments, so anyone can join the community. And we started the community in December. It has grown a lot now. We have almost 600 members on Twitter and LinkedIn, and we have great number of members in Discord itself. So we are connected over Discord, and if you have any question, you can always ask in Discord. We do a lot of workshops, live streams, as I already mentioned. We also have a YouTube channel where we do these inspiring podcasts with amazing women in tech, where we get to know about their journey, how they started, and what are they doing, and we just get inspired by that. We also try to learn each other. Like we ran the 90 days of DevOps program, and we also give the opportunity. We also give the opportunity of different. We just let know people that what are the different things happening. Like one of the student challenge which is happening now, this challenge, why we are here today. So this is something which we shared, and we also share different programs which are happening, so that people can know that what are the different opportunities out there. So that is all about women in cloud native community. It would be really nice if you join it, and yeah, I mean, I would love to have you there. Thank you so much.
That's great. We have been joined by really great people in chats, and I really like people are asking questions and answering each other's question. I like the collaboration that is going around in chats. That is great. We have been reconnected with Bilal here. Hey Bilal, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us about your experience with Soda Foundation and your content creation around that? Oops, I think we are missing Bilal here, but uh,
No worries.
let's
What I'll do
maybe
is that
let's move
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, exactly. We
I
can keep
hope,
moving,
yeah,
Kiwalia, and then
yeah, yeah,
I can give you
yeah,
some of the links of the things that he's been working
mhm,
on, and you can share them in here.
mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
anyway, let's keep going.
yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, yeah, great. Let's move ahead to Amoga now. And we would like to know about your work in data management and other things going around here. Would you like to shed some light on that?
Yes, I would definitely. Over the past 3 months, I've actually been working with cloud projects, as I already mentioned. I've found my really deep interest with working with data, especially. I think over the past few decades, data is something which is actually powering the industry and also the companies, especially. And I think proper management of data is really important. And also, as large amounts of data being generated every year by lots of companies, uh, and the investments in the infrastructure to actually manage the data has also risen. And so instead of investing a lot on the infrastructure, you can it's usually suggestible to move to the cloud and to enable the process of automation, especially. And in AWS, as I've been working with AWS projects for quite some time, it offers a lot of services, data services, which are really helpful, like S3 storage, and we have Elastic Block Storage, and all these really help with managing the data and analyzing and deriving the proper insights from the data. I think cloud is the best option, and which rather than investing in lots of infrastructure every year, trying to manage them, contacting the vendors. So yeah, data management in the cloud also, not only, I would
That
say, is important, but also security practices are also really important while actually managing the data. So yeah, you can actually read my blog post. I've worked for quite some time on it. So thank you.
That's great. I will share the link in the chats in a while about your blogs. I guess many people will take a lot of benefits from the blogs, as you mentioned. It's a really interesting field if you really plan to deep dive into it. That's great.
Thank you.
Bilal here. We will try again. Bilal, is connectivity all right now? Can we get your introduction and your work with Soda Foundation?
Yeah, so sorry about the internet connectivity. I had some problem. But yeah, if you can hear me, then we can go further, right? Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, yeah.
All right. All right. So my name is Bilal. I'm a content creator on YouTube and Hashnode. I write technical blogs about multiple technologies like AWS, DevOps, and backend stuff. And yeah, so I started my journey since COVID, and I just came to know about Soda Foundation from Bart. All right. So he told me about this community, and I decided why not to promote it and this event, and it will be awesome. So I joined the Slack channel. I created content around that, and I really enjoyed the things that were present in the report and all these things of the Soda Foundation, and I learned a lot of things from the people and from the report and from everything that they were offering. So yeah, that's what the simple introduction about me. And yeah, thanks for having me.
That was amazing. uh we let's move ahead. So I'm like, I have been CNCF ambassador for, like, say suppose 6 months now, and in the meantime I have, like, went in deep dive into Kubernetes and try to get around some certifications. So yeah, one of the scope and one of the benefits of the initiative we are going to talk about is a certification. So I would like to talk upon that. So I have cleared KCNA, CK, and CKAD in last 2 to 3 months. So I would like to talk about, like, certification benefits and how you can get these benefits moving ahead into the stream. So for benefits, like, coming from my background, I'm a student, and like, for me, as like, I run a poll actually on Twitter asking if, like, as a cloud engineer or as a DevOps engineer, are projects preferable or the certifications preferable, and the poll was near to tie, right? So like, it's like a common, like, gray area, like, should I go for certifications, are they worth it, something like that. But that I had the same questions, to be honest, and seeing the prices of certifications, you get that question: is it really worth investing so much money you have been saving up, and being a student, especially, is it worth it going for this certification? Will it give proper returns, whatever you have invested in it, proper like time managing your college communities and practicing for your certification? Is it really worth it? So my answer in very tldr would be yes, personally for me, because this curriculum, first of all, is designed by the industry experts and the people who have been working in the industry in cloud for literally such a big time, like literally like 30 years of experience in cloud and stuff. So the curriculum design is really interesting, and according to me it was really uh, helpful, because it was quite hands-on, and you get a lot to tweak around and learn, and the things you don't like, the terms and concepts you don't really talk about when you are like, there are concepts which are like under the hood, concepts which are really not talked upon in like learn for kubernetes in 5 minutes videos. So you get to learn a lot of them, and get to learn and understand like how these things are really working. So for personally, for me, the certifications have been really beneficial, and definitely they have been helping me like for upskilling and other things. uh, Amoga, you mentioned that you recently cleared AWS certifications, right? Would you like to share your experience with the certification?
Yes, yes, I would love to. Yeah, so it's been just 2 weeks or 3 weeks that I've cleared the certification, and I'm really happy about it because I've been working for it for almost 3 months, which is a pretty long time to get the basic certification, I guess. But I actually started off preparing for the associate exam, the solutions architect. But I thought first I would get my foundational one. So I have some resources, of course. If anybody would like to prepare, I would link in the chat, and it's pretty easy. For the basic certification, I think anybody can get it. Um, and I actually was preparing from Adrian Cantrell. His resources have been of great help, and especially, and I think for this, so the cloud practitioner, just a skill builder on the AWS website is enough. um, so we have 5 practice tests on Udemy as well. So you can practice them, which is of really great help because practice tests really help you understand where you actually stand. And the passing mark for the certifications, you have to score 70%, 700 out of 1,000 marks. So the basic certification is easy, and it will be really a good one to be on the resume. So yeah, I'll link the resources in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, you can maybe share in like the private chat one, and I can share it on multiple channels. That's great, and I really agree with the point that you get a lot of hands-on practice, and the entire preparation journey is experience on its own. And there are different benefits going ahead with your career, and most crucial one is you feel confident enough in your skills, and it's like a mark that okay, I am like, I have enough knowledge in the field, and I can showcase it in some other form. That's great. So now let's discuss about the initiative we are here to discuss about, which is soda foundation data vision 23. And Bart, would you like to introduce us to what is data vision 23, its benefits and other things?
Good. I definitely would like to explain that more in detail. So, like I said, Soda Foundation has been around since 2020, and since then they've done lots of different events. A lot of them have been in Asia. They recently did one in person in Bangalore, but they've done them also in China. They've done them in Japan, but they've never done an event before in Europe. And so I live in Europe, and I got in touch with them, and they explained what they were interested in doing. And they wanted to do a full day event that would be hybrid so that we can have folks join in person as well as online, touching on the different areas of data management. And so what are some of those areas? All right, Amoga already mentioned the fact that if we're talking about data, we also should be talking about security. All right, so is our data secure? Is it safe? You know, when you think about data, we're talking about healthcare, we're talking about medical records, we're talking about people's credit card information. Is this being protected? Different regulations in different countries around data protection. All these different challenges are things that a lot of organizations are struggling with, right? In this world, sometimes we can be somewhat in a bubble and think that, oh, everyone's doing this. But then when you step outside and you realize that some companies are 30 years behind, right? And they know they need to make the changes and they don't know how to do it. So what SOTA Data Vision is doing is bringing various experts from all over the world to be speaking on these different topics, right? Whether it's, if we're talking about analytics, if we're talking about machine learning, if we're talking about artificial intelligence, if we're talking about protection, compliance, security, these are all different topics that are going to be featured in the event. But more importantly, always a big believer, and luckily this is how I know Kiwalia, and this is also how I know Anushka through the Data on Kubernetes community, also Bilal. I'm always a believer that if we aren't creating possibilities or opportunities for people that are complete beginners, we're making a huge mistake, right? Now, no one in this call is a complete beginner, right? Because all of you have experience, but there are other folks out there who have never been involved in open source, that have never had a chance to get involved. And so I think it's a privilege, it's a wonderful opportunity for anyone doing any kind of tech event or working in any kind of community, as everyone here is either an AWS community builder, a cloud captain, is leading some kind of a community somewhere in the world, that it's really, really important that we build this in. And so if anyone ever attended any of the Data on Kubernetes days, we always had a students track, or later what we called the explorers track, so that people that wanted to get experience giving talks and sharing their knowledge would be able to do so. All right, so that's what the challenge is going to be focused on. That being said, I would prefer for Anushka and Bilal to explain it, because one thing if I explain it, but I think it's better if they do. So the challenge is I will tell you right now, the challenge is straightforward, all right? And there are different things that are going to be involved. One thing that's going to be important to keep in mind is that there is an internship opportunity that's open right now in the SOTA Foundation, but do not apply for the internship if you don't do the challenge, all right? The challenge is going to be the best way for you to get to know the SOTA Foundation better, for you to be able to show your skills at what you're interested in and what you can do, so they get to know you better and get to see your personal brand, right? So do not apply for the internship. You can wait for 4 days, right? That's all you have to do, is just wait for 4 days. And then when you do the application, you'll be able to say that you participated in SOTA Data Vision. The first thing you have to do is register for the event. But like I said, I would like Anushka and Bilal to walk you through that. So Anushka, if you'd like to start just explaining sort of the background, things that people need to keep in mind. I'm sure some people will be asking if they need to be experts or not. You do not need to be an expert, but she will repeat that. So Anushka, if you can start it out, and then we'll let Bilal take over after that.
Sure. Thanks, Bart. So the student challenge is all about getting started with the open source community. In SOTA Foundation, there are a number of different interesting projects in the cloud domain. You can get started with different projects of your interest and the tech stacks that you prefer to contribute in, and you can just get started by signing up for the challenge. The links would be provided to you. So just first of all, the first and foremost thing is to show excitement about how you will be attending the SOTA Data Vision and how you would be participating. Just tag us on social media showing the screenshots that you've registered for the event, and go through the SOTA data report for the previous year. There is a template for creating the content around what you have got to learn from that report, the insights that you've got, and how you can frame the information that you've got to help others who are getting started as well. Whatever you have learned, just let people know. That's what learning in public is all about, right? So just share what you're learning, what you've got to learn, and we have so many amazing opportunities for the people who are going to win this student challenge. I'm not going to give much of spoilers right now, but yeah, a lot of surprises and exciting rewards for you are there. So over to you, Bilal.
Bilal is making things mysterious and keeping us on our toes. It's all good. But that being said, it's really, really easy. I shared the link right here in the private chat, and Kiwali will be putting that in the YouTube chat. Sorry, we have a lot of chats going on. And so, like I said, all the steps are laid out there. Don't worry about the dates. If you're just arriving today and you're finding out about it, it's not the end of the world. All right. And as well, the two very basic steps that you're going to do is that you're going to register for the Soda Data Vision event. All right. We would like you to take a screenshot of your registration when that's complete, share that on Twitter, and tag the Soda Foundation so we can see who you are. That's, like I said, really easy. It won't take you very long. Then the next thing to do that you're going to have to do is to get in the Soda Foundation Slack. All right. So like I said, two very, very, very simple things. I see some folks already asking as well too about, requisites and things like that. There are no prerequisites. All right. We do not expect you to have 10 years of DevOps experience or database management experience. That's not going to be asked of you. All right. We're not expecting that. Like what Anushka said, we want you to be excited, to be enthusiastic, to be ready to learn, and to be ready to ship. That's it. Right. This is not going to take a ton of time. We're not going to ask, this is not a 10-hour commitment. This is not a 5-hour commitment, right? This will probably take between 1 and 2 hours. If you're proactive and if you ask questions, we will be there to guide you. That's our job. We like doing our jobs, right? So don't worry about that, okay? It's well laid out there. Kewalia, if you'd like to share your screen, if you want to show the student challenge guidelines, I can share the PDF right here. The link to that, if you want to click on that and open it so that people can see, just so they get the look and feel for it. It's, like I said, it's pretty simple in terms of what you're being asked to do. But happy to go through it. The event is on, so yeah, like I said, you've got all the info here on the website, right? And it's basically 10 steps, right? There are 11, but just think of it as 10. It's pretty easy. Okay. So the first thing you got to do is you gotta get on there and like I said, put the screenshot of your registration, tag Soda Foundation. You can tag me at birthmark_Bart. That way we'll see that you're there, get your name written down. Simultaneously, you're going to get in the Soda Foundation Slack. All right. You're going to read a research report. All right. Research report. It's got numbers. It's got graphs. It's got statistics. It's got percentages. Are you going to know every concept that's in there? No. And that's okay. We don't expect you to know. All right. That's fine. You're going to choose one of the 12 trends that's listed in the report. You're going to focus on that. Inside the report, you'll find information that's related to one of those 12 trends. All right. That it could be about storage. It could be about security. It could be about privacy. Like I said, those different trends that we've been talking about. And then what you're going to do is you're going to drill into that. You're going to share what you've learned. You're going to find a real world case that relates to that. And then you're going to be building a slide deck presentation, right? For a presentation that will be no longer than 5 minutes, right? We're going to have you record videos of 5 minutes explaining what you've learned. And so what do you get by doing this, right? You get experience on how to research any topic. It doesn't matter that it's this topic. It could be networking, it could be security, it could be anything. And so that way, when you're approaching learning, you're learning how to learn is what this is sort of about, right? And how to get involved in an open source project by starting with the very basics. And you're not expected to know everything, but you are expected to be enthusiastic, to be proactive, and to help others get into the same process that you're involved in, right? So this is what this is all about. The instructions are laid out there. It's pretty simple, okay? Between now and Monday, this is what we need you to do. On Monday, the winner will be announced. You will see the prizes that are listed in there. There are different prizes. One of them is one of the sponsors from the event is SUSE, and they've offered a full year subscription to their courses, which is valued at over $2,000, right? Since we were talking previously about certifications, the value that they provide, having a framework to learn things. SUSE is a very, very well-known company in the cloud native ecosystem, so a good one to have on your radar. In addition, your talk will be featured in the event, all right? There is a time slot where that talk will be played. So that's another benefit that everybody will see it. For those that aren't, the talks that aren't accepted, don't worry, all of them will still be uploaded to the Soda Foundation YouTube channel so that way you can share what you've done. And this is all about establishing your personal brand, all right? Taking information, we're not asking it for you to make it complex. We want you to make it as easy as possible so that other people can understand it and they can get involved too. If we don't see people that are our age or our gender or our skill level, it's normal that we're going to think, oh, this is only done by experts or it's totally impossible. That's not true. Every single person who's on this call has created content, has done videos, blogs, events, you name it. And you can too. This is what this is all about, is showing you that it's totally possible. and we are here to guide you. We are here to make it easy for you. Believe me, we would not be asking you to do this if we didn't think you could. All right. It's been done by many, many other young folks before who have had the same experience as you or less. We've had even a 13-year-old pull kit once upon a time. It seems like it was 10 years ago, but that did challenges similar to this. So it's not a question of age. It's not a question of experience. It's a question of having a positive attitude and being enthusiastic about learning. All right. So like I said, once all of this is done, then that's when I highly recommend applying for that SOTA Foundation internship. All right. You have more information about that on the website, but please do not apply yet. All right. Just wait until Monday, and then you can apply with something to show for it. All right. To say, I participate in this SOTA Data Vision Student Challenge. This is the work that I've done. Now I have a better understanding of what this foundation is about. I'm connected in the Slack channel. I have a better idea about who is who. It's also a very good reason to attend the event to learn. We're not expecting you to understand everything, but the event is absolutely free. All you got to do is register for it. You'll be able to attend. It's very, very easy to get involved. It's in Europe, so if you're in IST, it's 3.5 hours. We're 3.5 hours behind, so it's not a crazy time difference like when we have events that are happening in the United States. So those are the major guidelines that I would provide. That being said, Bilal has also been documenting his process, right, while going through the different resources that are here. And so if you want to take a look at some of the content that he's created so that you have an example, I'll share one of his YouTube videos here. Okay, Wally, if you can share that link, that'd be fantastic. I imagine at this point, we may have some questions. So if there's, let's see, first of all, Nancy and Amoga, since this is kind of the first time you're hearing about this, Kewali, I know you've heard about it already. Is there anything that's not clear you think that would make it easy for people to get involved that Anushka and I haven't explained yet?
Oh, I think it looks fine. Maybe, and I think we have already shared the links and pretty much discussed about the program. So this looks good.
Very good.
And I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to this program. So many people joining. Yeah.
Yeah. The best part I really like about this, yeah, like the challenge is it's super easy to understand, and there is a lot of things to gain from it. So basically, you just have to take part, follow the steps exactly as it's mentioned on the website. You can reach out to different community members. Doing such amazing things like Bilal, Anushka, Bart himself, and with everyone's help you can create and complete the challenge, share your learnings with everyone else, so you are able to like learn, complete the challenge, and at the end show it as a proof of work for applying for the SOTA Foundation internships, and that does improve your chances in getting selected. And yes, you get lot of the benefits, like you get certifications, credits, and other things, so that's really really great. And I see, I would like to ask, just a second, so Anushka, would you like to share a bit about the cloud captains experience, or what cloud captains is?
Sure. Thanks, Kevali. So I am a Cloud Club captain. AWS Cloud Club captain is another community program for students who are willing to participate and spread awareness about AWS, its services, how it helps in how it helps in all the cloud native landscape, how it helps to deploy projects easily. So my journey started recently. This was in March 2023 when this program was announced for the first time, and we have been the AWS Cloud Club Captain program has been awarded the best student developer initiative in the DevLabCon recently. So so it is all about like we want you to have the community spirit. We just want you to have that passion in you to share what you have learned, what you have known in the about the cloud, and all about sharing your experiences And we have got a very nice support from the developer advocacy team as well. The academic advocacy team supports all of your initiatives, whether you require cloud credits, whether you need help with getting your certifications, like just like Amoga did. I'm sure I'll be reaching out to her uh, to get know more of her experience with the certification. So if you need help with any of those things, you want to get started, you want to start a club at your institute, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll share a blog that would help you to know more about the program.
That's amazing. And I see couple of questions, and I see Bart has already answered them. But Bart, would you like to like share, like clear some confusion around the video creation part you just mentioned? I see a question around that, so maybe
For
a little
sure,
bit
for sure, for sure, for
elaboration
sure.
uh,
Yep.
on
And
that
thank you for
part.
asking. Yeah, thank you for asking, because it's something like, look, we want to respect everyone's comfort zone. And so for some people, there are many different reasons as to why some people might want to not have their camera on. That's totally fine. Right? If you just want to be having a slide presentation, that's okay. We want to respect your comfort zones. All right. In addition, if someone's really, really uncomfortable and they don't want to read it because maybe English is your second, third, or fourth, or fifth language or whatever, that's fine. You can give it to me and I'll read it. If you create a script, something like that, that's the main thing here. Is we want to meet you at in your comfort zone. All right. We don't want to force people to do things they don't want to do. This is really just about getting people to participate. So don't feel like you're being pressured into doing something you don't want to do. If you'd like to get a little bit of background on, how to give a good talk or things like that, that's something I'd be more than happy to do. So whether it's now or later, maybe this is a session we could do at some point, Kiwalia, or Women of Cloud Native, doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm glad somebody asked that, because we don't want to be filtering out enthusiastic people because they don't want to have their camera on or they're a little bit shy. It's okay. Public speaking for most people is absolutely terrifying for very good reasons, scientifically proven. And yeah, so like I said, no worries about that at all. And if you have any questions, remember, you can ask me, you can ask Anushka, you can ask Bilal, you can ask any single one of us. And we'd be more than happy to help you out there.
That's amazing. Yeah. So if you like see any question that has been not answered, feel free to go ahead. I'm just checking if there is any questions. And people, if you are watching and are with us, then please do take screenshots, share whatever you are learning. We would definitely encourage you spreading out the word to others and sharing whatever you are learning from this stream. And do ask your questions in chat. No question is silly, so do ask whatever you are uh, feeling to ask, and we would be very happy to answer you all. And yeah, in the meantime, I will share everyone's Twitter. So speakers, please give me your Twitter handle so I can share it with people so that I can connect with you all. um, Great. Is there any question right now? I do not see any questions. Maybe then we can move ahead with the closing remarks. Uh, and what, like, your note to the community or people who are interested in now participating in the students challenge. But would you like to go ahead?
Yes, I would. I think you've heard it from me, you've heard it from different folks here. But this is, like I said, this is really about making it easy for folks to get involved. Right? This is really what this is about, is so that you can get experience, you get rewarded for that experience in the process. One that we didn't mention was actually one of the prizes as well is doing a mentoring session with myself and also Michael Cade. Both of us are very active in the cloud native ecosystem and have done mentoring for lots of different folks. So like I said, this is what really this is about. If you haven't got experience, this is a great place to get experience. We're not asking for a lot, and I feel like we're offering quite a bit in return in terms of the knowledge that you'll acquire, the people that you'll be connected with, and the experience that you're going to have. That being said, if you have any questions, please find me. I already explained I'm on the CNCF Slack, I'm on the Kubernetes Slack, I'm on the Soda Foundation Slack, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, and many places. I would like to think that I'm pretty easy to find, and happy to continue the conversation there. I just want to give a shout out to everyone that's on this call because of all the amazing work that they're doing. People often ask me, and I'm sure often ask everyone that's in this call, how do I become a COD captain? How do I become a community builder? How do I become an ambassador? How do you do it? By being proactive, right? By putting yourself out there, by creating content, by networking, by hosting events, by having a YouTube channel. And it's not something that just happens overnight and happens once, right? It's about consistency. It's about showing up and doing it again and again and again. I can't stress that enough, all right? All of us got to the positions that we're in, not because we did something once, but because we did it again and again and again. And always trying to do things in a sustainable way. I think all of us have also had probably too many commitments where we realize, oh my gosh, I can't get to everything. Be realistic about what you can be involved in. But the main thing is show up and be consistent, whether it's for this initiative or for anything else. That would definitely be my biggest advice. Please apply for the internship, but do not apply until after you've done the challenge. All right, those are my only other things I'm going to mention.
Awesome. Anushka, would you like to go ahead?
I think Bart has summed it pretty much well, but I would like to add one thing from a perspective of a student, that it is okay to not know everything about a tech stack when you're starting. It's just about basics. You just need to know the fundamentals, and you can learn everything on the go, because open source is mostly about learning things on the go, because the project has each project has their different code base, their different use cases. So you have to learn a lot when you are contributing to a particular project. So just don't think that, oh, I'm a beginner, I don't know much about this particular language, or how do I do this. Just get started. And as Bart has said it repeatedly, I would put it over and over again, that being consistent, showing up, and showing that you have the intent to learn and to contribute is the most important thing. So just put your shyness aside. I was also very shy a few time ago, but we all have to start somewhere, and just join the Soda Foundation, join the student challenge, and new learning journey awaits you.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Nancy, would you like to go ahead with the closing remarks?
Yeah, definitely. So I think I mentioned in the comments as well, and Bart also mentioned it, and Anushka, and I think everyone agrees to this, that the only way to get started is just to get involved, to become anything or to become good at anything. Because people in community, they just help each other and they're very humble. This is my experience. I've learned a lot with so many people, and getting involved in programs like this just helps you. So yeah, all the best. Whoever joins, all the best to you.
Awesome. Amoga, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. I think this is such a really good initiative. I think if people are really passionate about something, it's not just about you attending some conferences or meetups regarding that particular domain, but also it's about being part of a community, a movement, where you can actually work together to actually push the boundaries of whatever that is possible in that particular domain. And I think this is such a really good initiative which will really help people. And I encourage most of them, all of them who are in the call today, uh, who have joined, to join this program. And yeah, thank you. It's really happy to be here.
Yep, that was great. And yes, this stream is being recorded. So, for any reason, if you are not able to join it, it would be there. The recording would be there. Uh, Yeah, and if even if you are new, you can just if you just join the stream, then you can go ahead. As I said, the stream is recorded, and you can always reach out to people if you have any questions after the stream ends. We are always active in communities, and we will be super happy to help you. And I really agree with everyone's point here. And even if by watching this stream, even if you just feel I would like to get involved, that is just the thing you require right now. Just get started. That is the only prerequisite, your willingness to start, and we all are there to help you out. Just ask questions, reach out, and we will see you from there. So that was great. Thank you everyone for joining and being here. I see a lot of good questions, and there are multiple links provided in the chat. Please go ahead, join the communities, go over the links, connect with the amazing people around here, join their communities, and try to add value. Adding value is really essential, and that should be your end goal, and everything else will follow. With that said, yeah, let me just answer one of the questions. I guess for yeah, the question has been answered. That's great. Thank you for asking the question, and thank you everyone for joining. And we will be coming up with such streams with great value, so make sure you follow everyone around in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Thank you so
Bye,
much for having
everybody.
me today, and